orchestrated by the Kremlin. Anti-government protests in Montenegro last month. That's the Prime Minister's view anyway. The combined recipe of thugs, Molotov cocktails and anti-Western campaigns led to the violence. Their demands, an interim government and early elections. The scenes were unnerving, but perhaps not surprising. The small Balkan state's membership to NATO is due to be finalised by the end of this year. The uprising, a warning from Moscow perhaps, that accession to the Euro-Atlantic military alliance could lead to frostier relations, all in the wake of events in Ukraine. Whatever way, NATO membership is a contentious issue. The country's leader remains adamant that Vladimir Putin's main goal is to stir up tensions. He said there is no doubt that Russia plays an active role and from now on plays an active role in the organisation of anti-government protests in the capital Podgorica. Protesters expected that after our response to the protest there would be a war in Montenegro. Fears of another war play out in the mountainous Balkans background. 16 years ago, NATO was bombing targets in Montenegro during the Kosovo War. Now a different story. Relations between both parties have warmed. Montenegro praised for modernising its armed forces, improving intelligence services and launching anti-corruption drives. However, critics argue the Prime Minister's two-decade rule highlights the government's flaws in its Western-style democracy. With a decision on NATO membership fast approaching, the diplomatic battle is on. In favour is Aleksandar Dedovic, a former officer in the Yugoslav army. He's leading the For campaign.
Mr. Putin would like to save a peace at home on the way to react in the Ukraine, to react in Montenegro, to react on Syria or this part of the world, just to show message back in Russia to his people about his power, about his influence, that he is still on the top and he is still ruling.
This bridge was once a gift by the city of Moscow to the people of Montenegro, but now beware. Local media claim that the embassy of the Russian Federation has been turned into a logistic center for anti-government protests. Russia denies the charges. Moscow says there is no even circumstantial evidence pointing at the Russians bearing gifts.
For years, daily newspaper Vesti has been highly critical of the government, but the publication's CEO said that Russia's intervention to stop NATO's further eastern expansion is recognised, even by opposition journalists. Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Serbian Orthodox Church and Serbian nationalist structures have real sympathies with the protest, and it seems that they would have not been opposed to it if it had ended in a coup d'etat or change of power. The Adriatic coastline has been plastered with private Russian money for over a decade. Here in Budva, 40% of the real estate belongs to Russians, expensive cars and yachts, and alongside those, portraits of Vladimir Putin and St. George's ribbons. But it's an uneasy relationship. The government's pursued to strengthen Western relations after the fall of Yugoslavia and Montenegro's support for EU sanctions against Russia over Ukraine have soured ties, at least at state level. With these hybrid forces at work, only time will tell which road the Balkan country will take.